Hi everyone, this is Eric from Traders Helping Traders with this week's Tricks of the Trade. Well, the markets have been extremely volatile lately, downright scary as a matter of fact, and that makes it all the more difficult for us small spec traders to find the right market to trade or to get a feel for what kind of move a particular market we're interested in might be making. There's a little tool I use to help me get an idea which markets are going to be more volatile, more whippy than others, and that is to check the implied volatility of the option market for the futures market I'm interested in. So I'm looking at options to give me an idea what the futures might do or how the futures may act. Why am I looking at options? Well, because volatility is a huge component of pricing an option. Therefore, options which are more volatile have a tendency to be more expensive, and an option would be more volatile if the underlying futures market was in turn being more volatile. So this isn't a foolproof method, but you will get a better idea of which markets are likely to be more volatile, more whippy. So if we take a look here, we can see some markets that are certainly very familiar to us from this last week. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I know you can't see the website address here, so if you're interested in finding this out, just email me at eric@tradershelpingtraders.net. That's Eric, E-R-I-C-H, at tradershelpingtraders.net, and I'd be happy to forward this email address to you. But just looking through the top 10 here, you should see some of the most whippy markets from this last week. Now, the euro-dollar market kind of is the exception to the rule because we don't normally see abnormally large ranges in the euro-dollar, but bean oil almost went limit. Cocoa has been crazy. The Swiss franc has been very volatile, and bonds were just crazy last week. The euro, again, very strong. Wheat, this is the Kansas City wheat, but still part of the greater wheat complex, and you can see it's pretty high listing here. Also silver and gold, which we know have been all over the board. Sugar has been all over the board. Corn, and then of course we get further down the list and we find some of the markets that have been reacting a little bit more predictably. And again, there are exceptions to the rule. For instance, we saw coffee down here. It's rated 37 out of 46. Well, we know that coffee gave us a rather large move last week. And orange juice, a little bit of a surprise to see down here as well, as is cotton. But as I said, it's kind of a rule of thumb kind of thing. So if you're looking at trying to gauge the volatility of a market of interest, you can turn to this index and you can kind of get a feel for which markets are going to behave to support and resistance lines and which ones are going to have a tendency to fudge them, and then plan your trade accordingly. And that is this week's Tricks of the Trade.